Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm doing a quick announcement before I start today's deck take. I know you're all here to see what the title of the video is, but it's just a quick announcement. Usually during the videos I say, yep, come watch me play it on stream. We'll play this deck tomorrow night, Thursday night, Sunday afternoon. There's not going to be streams probably for the whole of this week and maybe next week. It depends what happens. The reason for this is if you're watching this and I haven't changed the video title, yeah, I've moved house. That's the big announcement, and I'm waiting for the internet to be reconnected. So, although I can look at my computer, I can't really do much on it at the moment. So, no videos. I'm doing all these well in advance. This is where we're now. This is the 10th of March. This video is going live. This is being recorded around about on the end of February at the moment, because obviously the move means I won't be able to record anything. So, bear in mind that the videos this week are going to be coming up. Whether there's going to be anything next week, it depends on whether my internet's back in time for me to record anything at all. So please bear that in mind. There may be a gap of a week or so between videos coming up, but as soon as I get my internet back, there'll be new videos coming up, and all the rest of it. But yeah, I'll put some notes out. I'll do a channel poll if need be, or I'll do an announcement on the channel on the community side. So enough of me rambling on about my house move that should have happened by now. Let's talk about today's deck, and it is Yanling Wind Rider, 2 and double blue for a 2/4 human wizard pilot. When it comes into play, you get a colourless vehicle artifact token with crew 1, and vehicles you control have flying. Okay. But whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with this deck. The only vehicle that's going to be in the deck is going to be the one that Yanling creates when she enters the battlefield. The rest of the creatures are all flying based, so I've gone really kind of flying typal today for this deck. So here we go. It may not be one you like, but it's going to be happening. So let's have a look at it. Right, so there are 34 creatures in the deck, and all of them, apart from Yanling, have flying, if my memory serves correctly. So Artificer's Assistant lets us scry one when we cast historic spells, so our legendaries are our artifacts. Cloudfin Raptor just has the evolve ability. Mockingbird comes in from Bloomborough, comes in as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except we've got to pay X mana, but it comes in as a bird and has flying in addition to its other types. So it's a really nice way of copying something big and gribbly that's annoying you, then still getting the benefit from it. Silver Raven comes in, so we can scry when it enters the battlefield. Augury Owl does the same thing, but it scries 3. Bay Falcon comes in because it's got Vigilance. It's been edited now to Vigilance, but the Mirage one here just shows it's got attacking does not cause the Bay Falcon to tap. Old school. I remember playing this back in the day. Diamond Mare is I'll take it back, is the only other creature without flying in the deck, but I wanted some way of gaining life, so Diamond Mare's here. We'll choose blue, the end. Isa Ward Wing Familiar gives us a little bit of protection from Yanling. Glint Nest Crane lets us find an artifact. Owl Familiar enters the battlefield, we draw a card, then discard a card, so we do a bit of looting. Palace Familiar draws us a card when it dies. Sage Owl comes in, we look at the top 4 cards of our library, basically scry 4 in all intents and purposes nowadays. Strix Lookout lets us have flying and vigilance, and then we have the ability to loot. Thrumming Bird just to proliferate, but we've got a few bits and pieces, but you know, it's another bird at the end of the day. Finch Formation comes in from Bloomborough as well. We're going to try and do this for the offspring cost, so this is basically going to cost us 6 mana. And whenever this creature enters, target creature you control gains flying until the end of turn. So, but 2 copies for 6 mana is doable. It also gives us Yanling flying if we needed to for a turn to get some commander damage in, maybe to kill someone off. Loyal Drake just lets us draw cards as long as Mew's in play. Malcolm, the Keen-Eyed Navigator, comes in as well. We've got the odd pirate, well, this one definitely, and dealing combat damage gives us treasure tokens, which I'm happy with. Warden of Evos Isles cuts the cost of all our flying creature spells down. Anorak Sneck comes in, we get to take the initiative, so that's always fun. Curiosity Crafter, you have no maximum hand size. Yeah, okay then. Yep, we'll go with that. 3/3 for 4 mana with flying. Yeah, right then. Not great. I mean, there's not many tokens in the deck at all, so we'll live with it. Echo Inspector comes in, we get to connive. God Eternal Kefnet. may reveal the first card you draw each turn. As you draw it, whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery this way, you may copy that card and you may cast a copy. The copy costs 2 less to cast. That's nice. Impaled Strike lets us do a way of you may sacrifice it when it deals combat damage to a player and draw 3 cards. So nice bit of card draw. Sphinx of Foresight. Hopefully we've got this in our starting hand so we can do Scry 3 at the beginning, and then we always get to Scry at the beginning of our upkeep. Thieving Magpie hits someone, draws us a card, and if Mulang's in play, it draws us 2. Zephyr Singer comes in, flying and vigilance, and we can convoke it if we need to put flying counters on things. So there's another way of giving Yanling flying. Cavalier of Gales lets us draw 3 cards and then put 2 on top of our library. Then we get to do the whole Scry bit at the end. Imareth Desert Doom, just flying, big dragon. Yep. Deals combat damage to player, draw a card. Then if you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Okay then. Nightfish is just fun because whenever another non-token bird you control enters, you get a 1/1 blue fish creature token, so you get some ground pounders. Overlord of the Flood Pits comes in impending, or when we cast it we get to draw 2 and then discard a card. Archetype of Imagination clears the way. I do like this card. I don't think the archetypes see enough play in Commander in general, but this one I really do like. Gives everything we control flying, and everything everyone else controls loses flying. So we've always got the airspace clear for us while we have this in play, which I think is quite good. Consecrate Sphinx, yep, had to be here for the extra card draw. Kari, the Swirling Sky. Probably return any number of non-land target permanents with mana value 6 or less to their owner's hand when it dies. We may need to mill 6 to get 2 instant sorceries back to the things in our graveyard we really want. And finally, the Ancient Silver Dragon to make sure we have no maximum hand size and a whole load of card draw when we can hit the connect. Spells, we have a few. Ponder, Serum Visions, yep, okay. Looking at the top of our library, then we have counters with Arcane Denial, Counterspell, Mana Drain. Lunar Insights in. We do have a lot of different mana values in the things we'll have in play, so drawing some extra cards is always good. Winged Words just means it costs less to cast this, so it's 2 mana for drawing 2 cards, because we'll always have a flyer in play. Irena's Vile Duplication. Yeah, okay. This could be useful, especially if we can copy something like, I don't know, Overtype of the Overlord of the Flood Pits. I think it's worth the 4 mana investment. Then we have Step Between the Worlds to shuffle their hand and graveyard into our library, draw 7. And the same with Echo of Eons, but this has flashbacks. Inspiring Refrain just goes to suspend land and draws us a couple of cards every so often. And Time Spiral, we get to shuffle our hand and graveyard into our library, draw 7, untap 6. Yeah, okay then. Artifacts. Ramp, Mox Tantalite, Soul Talisman, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Mindstone, Sapphire Medallion, Sky Diamond, Thought Vessel, Heraldic Banner, Nyx Lotus, and Throne of Eldraine. The only one I haven't mentioned, Elixir of Immortality, because you know me, I always like to have this available to shuffle everything back in when it goes pear-shaped. Enchantments. I have played Flood. Because we're going to have a way of hopefully getting rid of creatures with flying, we can tap down a lot of the creatures if we need to. So this seems like a good fun thing to me to save us from dying to combat. Favourable Winds is no-brainer because we want to pump up our creatures a bit more. Rhystic Study for the extra card draw. Thopter Spy Networks, we've got quite a few artifacts in play, well, in the deck, so we might be able to get some Thopter tokens off this every so often and draw some cards when they deal damage. And then Gravitational Shift. Yeah, I think people forget about this one as well. Creatures with flying get +2/+0. Creatures without flying get -2, -0. Now, it's careful because it's global, so it does affect everybody's creatures, not just our own. But if we're taking flying away from them, if we can keep the archetype in play, then this becomes really quite useful. Thank you very much. Lands, nothing really that inspected here. Archway of Innovation if we need it, then Broker's Hideout to find some lands. Castle Ventress just for the scry ability. Fairy Conclave because we can technically turn it into a flyer, so that does benefit from everything else. We have got Hall of the Storm Giants here in case everything goes pear-shaped. We do need a big ground guy to get in and do some damage. 22 islands, more search, Mystic Sanctuary to put a instant or sorcery on top of our library if we've got 3 or more islands in play. Nykthos, no-brainer. Reliquary Tower, Temple of the False God, Skylane Cascade as well. That's it. It's a really simple flying deck today. And I'm sure a lot of people will wonder why I didn't go down the vehicle route. I'll be honest, done a lot of vehicle decks recently for this set, and I want to try something a bit different, hence all the flying creatures in here for a change to take advantage of the third ability. Having the ability to have the vehicle she creates come back in, it's not a legendary one, so every time we recast Yanling, we do get another one, which kind of helps. And they're quite easy to crew with the creatures we've got, so yeah, it's doable. I mean, I'll see how it goes. It might be that I come back and look at Yanling, the Wind Rider at the side of the stage, and do something more interesting with all the vehicles. But for the moment, I'm just playing it with the flyers because I think it's more fun. But that's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. There'll be a video tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As I said at the start of the video, no streams because I'm waiting for my internet to come back now that we've moved. Assuming everything's gone to plan. If it hasn't gone to be a plan, you'll see another video come up and saying ignore everything I've talked about because I'll still be here. But chances are it will be happening. So, yeah, nothing from me. I'll be back very soon with some more YouTube stuff, and I'll be back very soon streaming the decks I've been talking about. But for now, thanks for watching. Take care. And, yeah, I'll see you in the near future. Have a good one. Bye.